Apple just unveiled an $8,000 computer, which got me wondering, what can we build with that kind of money? It's their fastest chip ever, the M1 Ultra, coming in at 8 times as fast as the M1. And when you fully spec this thing out with the 128 gigs of RAM, 64 core GPU, 20 core CPU, 8 terabytes of storage, you're looking at $7,999, which actually isn't that much above its base price of $4,000. What kind of PC can we get for that money? Origin has their Genesis Super Tower, which starts at $2,400. They'll even paint it yellow for you for $350. And we could get HD UV glass printing for an extra $100. Interior lighting, let's get some RGB, $64. Let's get some custom laser etching for $99. We're already at $3069 before we've even spec'd out the PC. The 5950X seems to be their most expensive CPU, and we're gonna add in some thermal compound there to give an extra $15. Highest end motherboard, the Crosshair 8 Hero. Let's bump up the RAM to 128 gigs, just like the Apple. High-end water cooler with the custom LCD screen. All RGB white fans. RTX 3090. Highest end power supply. Add in some sleeved cables. Windows 11 Pro, 2 terabytes. Samsung 980 Pro. Oh, we're running out of money here. We're basically at the end here. Shipping protection comes included. Okay, so we won't get a broken PC when it gets delivered. Okay, right now we're $200 over budget, but I really want to keep all of everything that I have in here. So we're gonna drop down the fans. Let's get some lesser, not white fans, but still RGB everything. And there we go, $7,908. We're $90 cheaper than the Mac Studio. We get a 16-core Zen 3 processor, 128 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 megahertz RAM, an LCD 360mm water cooler, fans all over the place, the highest end RTX 3090, a 1 terabyte operating system drive, but then an 8 terabyte 870 QVO with the power supply and everything else added in. So we got 9 terabytes where the Mac Studio could only get 8. Obviously there might be a difference in quality here, but this is Origin. They're known for being a little bit more expensive. Let's go ahead and switch on over to Micro Center to see if we can potentially get a better computer for that 8 grand. So we have to go based on what's in stock in the store. So we'll go with the highest end AMD processor, 5950X again. Highest price motherboard, Crosshair 8 Extreme. RAM, highest price, 128 gigs of DDR4, 3600 megahertz. Most expensive case, Corsair Obsidian 1000D. Most expensive power supply, $490. The EVGA Supernova 1600 watt. Do we need it? But no, but we're going for it anyways. GPU, this is gonna be tough because we have to get what's in stock with them. They only have a 3080 in stock. Could we get 2? No, they have a 3080. Oh, this is a 3080 Ti liquid cooled. Select additional graphics card. I don't think we have room for additional graphics cards. Oh, $700 left. SSD, most expensive SSD, $1,000 for the 8 terabyte. We gotta do it. Oh, we're $300 over, but we don't have a cooler for the CPU or fans. Oh, we can't go with 2 GPUs. We have to go with 1. Most expensive cooler. Oh, the Pro Siphon Elite from Ice Giant. Yeah, let's do that. Case fans. This case takes a lot of them, so we need a ton. Let's get the Lian Li Uni fans. Those are the cool ones that connect together and you don't need to have as many wires. Does the Corsair 1000D need? 18 fan mounts. Okay, great. So we need 18. Give me 6 of those. Do we need more case lighting? We have extra budget. We have an extra $1,000 that I could do whatever I want with. We could buy a monitor, we could buy more case lighting. There's a lot of wiggle room here with everything that we have. We can add in an extra 8 terabytes of storage. We kind of have wiggle room for that. Okay, we're $10 over, but if you go to Micro Center and you build it yourself, you can get a way higher end PC than what Origin was gonna spec you for $8,000. A 5950X, that's the same, but a much higher end motherboard, better RAM, faster, better looking, a much higher end case in the 1000D. The GPU is a little lower, it's only a 3080 Ti, but it's hybrid cooled, which makes it so that it's gonna run a little bit better. We have 16 terabytes of NVMe storage that we'd be putting in this bad boy, and then the CPU cooler in there, as well as 18 of the Lian Li Uni fans, which are $30 a fan. We could change a number of these things and come up with a PC that performs remarkably well. I mean, a PlayStation 5 on eBay right now is going for $900. That would be, how many PlayStation 5s is that? That's at least 8 PS5s. You could almost afford 9 PlayStation 5s for that price. So a 32-ounce bottle of onion salt is only $1095. For $8,000, I could buy myself 730. I could have a lifetime supply of onion salt. An LTTstore.com water bottle is only $30. That's 266 water bottles that you could have. Do you know how hydrated you could be? But the truth is, regardless of how ridiculous we could build PCs, we could buy a lifetime supply of onion salt or as many LTT store water bottles that you want. The ultimate reality is that this is serving a completely different purpose. The Mac Studio is way smaller than any comparable PC you're gonna build for $8,000. And based on what we've seen from the M1 Max and the M1 Pro, it actually outperforms in its weight class for all of the professional tasks that you probably are going to use it for. I wouldn't be surprised once we start seeing benchmarks that the M1 Ultra, which is two M1 Max chips fused together, would be beating out the 5950X. Maybe by the time this is readily available, AMD might have a 6950X, but as it stands right now, this is a conversation that I'm sure a lot of people are going to have. What kind of PC could you get for the price of a high-end Mac Studio? And the reality is the Mac Studio likely will outperform any PC that's currently available on the market for $8,000 that actually is trying to do the same things that you would do with the Mac Studio, because Apple has gone really far with their optimizations of their processors and their operating system to make it a cohesive experience. And the only reason I'm not using a MacBook Pro here in my office is because I straight up can't afford a $5,000 machine. And this video is probably just because I'm a broke boy trying to scream into the wilderness about things. But in case you want to see how a new MacBook Pro performs at mining, you should check out this video right here.